Hello, I'm Mari, or Taco Salad, and in 2019 I hiked the Pacific Crest Trail, and today I'm going to talk to you about the backpacks that I used. And if you're watching the vlogs and you don't want any spoilers, then maybe don't watch this, because there will be spoilers. The biggest issue with gear that I had throughout the trail was my backpack. And it's not because I feel like the backpacks I had weren't good, it's just because I feel like they didn't fit my body as well as I wanted them to. When I was doing my research beforehand, I was just kind of overwhelmed with all the different types of backpacks there are. There's so many cool little cottage companies now, such a variety. So I originally was really looking for something that was made in the US, like a smaller company, because it just felt like a good chance to support one of those companies. I knew that I probably wasn't gonna have like the most ultralight pack, so I knew I wanted some sort of internal frame and a hip belt. Originally I started with the ULA Ohm 2.0. I got it with a roll top, which I liked. I think usually it has like the cinch top. And I got custom colors, which was really cool. Overall, I did enjoy this pack, and I will say the ULA customer service team is so good. They're so nice. And also, just to let you know, they did give me this one for free to try out, so just that's a disclaimer. But yeah, really solid pack. The company is great. They've been around for a while. Their packs are just really well made, really durable. I used this up until Sierra City. And the only thing was, like, I did get one hole in one of the water bottle pockets, and I think it's just because I would put my Talenti jar in there and it was like a little bit maybe too big, and then if this rubbed against anything else it would just, I don't know, just wore away right there. But otherwise it's like perfect, it's really good. So this one has just a minimal internal frame. It's like just a bar that goes like this. The hip belt can actually be adjusted. It can move up or down. Now, one thing I didn't like was I felt like it was kind of hard to adjust. So it's just attached with really strong Velcro on both sides. So you kind of had to like separate both sides and move it, and I didn't find it that easy to do. Which I guess is good because you don't want it to move around otherwise. The hip belt I found really comfortable, no problems. It has like two big pockets on each side. And I guess if you really didn't want that, you could take it off as well. I think it's 63 liters, which for the most part was good. In the Sierra, when I had the bear can, it was a little bit tight. To be fair, Chris, who works at ULA, he suggested that I get the Circuit, which is the one size bigger than this. I think I would also recommend the Circuit after having used this. I think it's just a little bit more versatile, and you can carry the bear canister easier, which is what Chris said, and I didn't listen to him. But yeah, I mean, overall, I really liked it. So the only thing that I really didn't like about it, which is that after a while it just got really uncomfortable for me. And so I got a size medium. I'm 5'6", but you measure your torso size. And my torso, every time I measured, was about 19, which fit into the medium category. ULA has like a really good video on their site telling you how to set it all up and like where the load lifter strap should be, and I could just never get it quite right. Like, it never seemed like it fit me as it was really supposed to. And so I felt that maybe the torso size was too big and that actually I should have had a small, and that might have fit my frame better. I don't know if that's true or not because I haven't tried it. It's just my hunch. That is ultimately why I stopped using it. It just wasn't super comfortable. Like, the weight would just rest on my shoulders a lot. The other thing is I feel like for like a smaller frame person, like these straps are just a little bit too far apart. And so when I was walking, like the backpack will a lot of times like tilt one way or the other. Like, it just wasn't secure somehow on my body enough. Like when I watch back some of the footage from my vlogs, like I can just tell my pack is like leaning slightly one way. It's hard to know if it's just a user error or it just didn't fit me well. I'm not sure. The straps also don't have tons of padding, so like on my clavicle kind of here, this area, if I was carrying a lot, that would start to hurt. So I bought these little like backpack padded strap things from Z-Packs, which I put on, which did help, but they were kind of annoying as well. One thing I do love about these packs is like their little bungee cords. So I use them for my water bottles. I attached my bandana to one. Those are really good. Nice big stretchy pocket in the front. And, oh yep, I used another one, attached it, rigged it in the back for my ice axe. But there is an ice axe hook, but I just found like it was hard to put the ice axe here and then get it up to the top without adding this on. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty basic pack. I didn't really see that many people with an Ohm out there. I think I only saw one other person. A lot of people had the Circuit though, or the Catalyst, which is the even bigger one. I think if I was going to get a ULA pack again, I would get a Circuit in a size small, and I think that would have been perfect. And now they also have X-Pack material I've seen, the waterproof fabric, so I'd probably get that. I really like the company. I would definitely be willing to try another of their packs again in the future, but for now, like around New Zealand and stuff, I'll probably just still use this. I think for lighter carries, it'll be really good. I'd only gotten that pack about a week before starting, so I didn't really have time to properly try it out. And because I just felt so uncomfortable all the time, I thought, oh, maybe it's because I need a different pack. So one pack that a lot of people use out on the trail is the Hyperlite Mountain Gear pack. Bart, the girl that I was walking with for a long time, she had one of those packs and she loved it. And I tried hers on at one point and I was like, yeah, this feels pretty good. Maybe I'll switch to that. So I ordered one online from Backcountry.com. Since Bart had a small, I was like, I'll get a small, and especially because I felt like my last one, the torso was too big. I got the 3400 Southwest, which is like the medium size and the non-mesh pockets. I can see why a lot of people like it. The waterproof material, it's lightweight, it's just a real basic pack, but it seems like really tidy, like everything just fits really well in it. Overall, I liked it. I could see why people use it. But then some things I didn't like about it was it doesn't have load lifter straps. So I felt like the weight was more resting on my shoulders. I just kept going on about torso size, and then I thought maybe actually the size small of that particular pack was too small for my torso, because it just seemed a little bit too small for my body. So backcountry.com, you can try something out for 30 days and then still return it or exchange for credit. So I exchanged that pack for the size medium of the same exact pack. Their customer service was also really good, like really helpful with that whole return exchange thing. So I got the size medium, which seemed like it fit my body a lot better, but then for whatever reason that pack, the small didn't do it, but this medium did. The hip belts hurt my hips so much. Like there's just not really any padding and they were just like grinding on my hip bones and it was just so uncomfortable. I just really didn't enjoy it. But honestly, so many people use this pack. People love it. People really like it. So I don't know, I guess it just didn't work well for me. So then in Bend, Oregon, I returned that one and I went to REI and I was like, I'm just gonna try on packs and find one here that I like. I ended up getting this REI brand Flash 55 pack. It's kind of like their lightweight pack. But I did actually really like it. So it has a roll top like the other kind of backpacking backpacks with a pocket in front. This pocket I found didn't really stay secure, so I put a little carabiner on it. Two pockets like most packs have, but then they also have these other two pockets here that are for water that are just much closer to your body, so like easier to grab water from. And then it also has the brain, which probably didn't really need, but it just kind of like organization, so I liked it for the organization, but could have definitely taken it off and not used that. Has kind of a mesh back with like good airflow, and then the hip belts are really padded, so they didn't hurt my hips. There are hip belt pockets again. I really like having hip belt pockets in addition to the fanny pack that I would wear. This also comes with like a little pocket here. Yeah, overall I did like this a lot. My biggest thing that I didn't like about it, these straps would kind of loosen up throughout the day. Like as I was walking, they just get like looser and looser. So then all of a sudden I'd be like, oh, my shoulders hurt. And I'm like, oh, it's because these straps like aren't working anymore and none of the weight is on my hips. So I ended up having to put safety pins on this strap so that they wouldn't loosen, which worked as long as I was the same size. It was kind of annoying if I put on the extra layer and then I'd be like, oh, this doesn't really fit as well anymore, and it was annoying to have to change the safety pins. So that's the thing I like least about this pack. I got this in the size small because the guy at REI recommended it. He said this is what I needed for my size. I guess it was good. I mean, the thing is with this pack too is that the hip belt, I guess because I lost weight on the trail too, like it was just all, like I had it all the way as small as it could be, and I felt like it could have gone smaller. So there's not really enough room to like make it super small, which I find kind of weird. But other than that, this was a good pack. I do like it. It was comfy. It's heavier than like the lightweight packs, but it was more comfortable too. So I guess, you know, pick and choose what you want. So that's what I finished the trail with. So yeah, I went through the 4 packs. So what's hard about all the packs is that at the end of the day, you know, you're just carrying a lot of stuff and you're carrying it all day, every day. I don't know if any pack I think would be like the miracle pack for me that would just be like perfect. I don't know if maybe it doesn't exist. I just kept hoping that it would exist, which is why I kept switching. I think I probably could have kept this pack the entire time and been fine. I think I ended up having issues with all the packs in some way or another. And yeah, I still do like this pack. I really do recommend if you're gonna start the trail, try out backpacks first. I think it's hard because there's so many cool looking cottage companies that make all these custom packs, and I really wanted to get one of those, but I was just worried that I'd pay all this money because they're not cheap and then get a custom pack and then not like it. That's a risk, and I don't really see a way around that besides ordering one and trying it. It takes a lot of time for them to be made as well, so it's really not ideal. So for me, definitely my biggest gear issue is backpack, and if I were to do it again, I don't think I'd use any of the packs I already used. I still kind of maybe want to try that ULA circuit in size small. I think that sounds still kind of appealing to me. Otherwise, like I'm not sure what I would use. The REI one was still pretty good, except for the hip belt thing is just not great. So there's a lot more packs out there. I just really recommend trying it out and trying to find one that works right for you before going out there. So those are the backpacks I used. Subscribe to this channel to see more gear videos and vlogs of the PCT adventure, and happy travels, and see you guys next time. Bye!